The woman opened the door and suddenly found a wall behind it. Not only that, she discovered the window had been sealed by the wall, and no matter how hard they struck it, the wall remained completely unmoved. Worse still, cell phone signals and Wi-Fi had all disappeared. Tim then noticed that whenever his phone approached the wall, the screen would show interference. Olivia reached out to touch the smooth, cold surface. She whispered denials that this wasn't carbon fiber nor liquid granite. She immediately grabbed a drill and aimed it at the wall for destruction. The drill bit scraped across the wall without leaving even the slightest mark. Tim refused to give up and wanted to try attacking the adjacent wall. He discovered the entire stairwell had been sealed by this high-tech wall. There had clearly been no wall during the day. It would be impossible to seal an entire building with bricks in just one night. Just as the two fell into despair, faint knocking sounds and voices came from next door. Olivia had a sudden inspiration and raised the drill toward the wall, separating them from their neighbors. After a moment, a small hole was finally drilled through the wall. They were surprised to find this wall wasn't made of the same high-tech material, but ordinary brick. It turned out only the building's exterior structure had been sealed by the high-tech wall, while the walls between neighbors remained unchanged. Through conversation, they learned the people on the other side were also trapped in their room, similarly surrounded by black walls. They were also trying to figure out if anything unusual had happened last night, and O1 could provide any clues. When everyone woke up, this eerie wall had already appeared. No sounds, no construction traces, as if it had materialized out of thin air overnight. Tim turned on the faucet and not a drop of water flowed. He tried to stay rational, comparing their predicament to a game, believing they could escape if they found the right solution. Olivia coldly mocked that this wasn't like his boring video games. Her emotions gradually spiraled out of control, her tone revealing despair. The conflict between them escalated rapidly in the confined space, arguments filling the air, making the space feel even more suffocating. Finally, Olivia left the room alone. After calming down, Tim noticed the magnetic field reaction was unusually strong at a certain part of the wall. He tried interacting with nearby objects, hoping to trigger some mechanism. Olivia was drawn by his actions, and they began testing together. Soon the wall showed a reaction. Tim sensed trouble and immediately told Olivia to get down. The room fell into eerie silence again. Tim and Olivia carefully made eye contact, trying to calm their shaken nerves. Just then, violent commotion and screaming suddenly came from next door. Olivia immediately grabbed the drill and began working on the wall between neighbors. After breaking through a large hole and crawling inside, they saw chaos throughout the room. A woman lay on the floor, and they helped her up to leave. Olivia used pepper spray to fend off a strange man, but the woman stepped in front of him. She cried out explanations that this wasn't an attack, but an accident. They had accidentally hit each other while trying to destroy the wall. She introduced herself as Anna, and the caller was her fiancé Martin. They had originally planned to marry next year, but now found themselves trapped in this sealed building.